So what if the Chicago Bears drafted Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitchell Trubisky? And of course, let's see how Patrick Mahomes does with this Bears current roster. Obviously, the future would be a lot different if the Bears traded up to draft Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitchell Trubisky. They wouldn't have Justin Fields. They wouldn't have DJ Moore because they definitely wouldn't have the number one pick in the draft. Who knows? Maybe Patrick Mahomes never develops on the Bears, but arguably he is the most talented quarterback of all time. So I highly doubt that would happen, but they definitely wouldn't have DJ Moore. They definitely wouldn't have Justin Fields. A lot of these players, just the butterfly effect is crazy, man. You don't know how they would get a lot of these players with certain picks in the draft. Maybe Jaquan Brisker is taken earlier on if they had a later pick with Patrick Mahomes. But with that being said, I am going to be dumping Justin Fields to the Chiefs just for a 6th-round pick. I am just going to dump him away just to see what we do without Justin Fields and how well this team will do. But of course, I'm going to keep the rest of the roster the same as it is. I'm going to keep DJ Moore, even though, yes, they wouldn't have him because they probably wouldn't have the number one overall pick to trade for DJ Moore in the first place. Chase Claypool, they probably wouldn't have gotten either. They got Darnell Mooney, Robert Tonyan, Cole Kmet. They got, honestly, not a horrible offensive line. Darnell Wright, I should give him the correct contract, and he should also get the correct development trait. So 5 years because he was a 1st-round pick. I'll give him star dev. Honestly, I still think you should have taken not Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter at pick number 9. I still think that would have been best player available and not letting the Eagles get him because you could have definitely used him on this defensive line. I understand you wanted help for Justin Fields, but hey, we got Patrick Mahomes now. That's what matters. I'm going to move Nate Davis inside to center since he is young and he does have that star development. Tevin Jenkins could play tackle as well, but for right now, I'm going to move Nate Davis into center. Now the offensive line really doesn't look that bad. Cody Whitehair is kind of old, but the right side of the O-line is young. Bringing in Robert Tonyan isn't a bad choice. I still like Cole Kmet, though, as a tight end. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, isn't he a middle linebacker? I guess he's a left outside linebacker. I could have sworn he was a middle one, but for the rest of the defense, Eddie Jackson, he usually last in my rebuilds. He does very well. Same with Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, one of the most underrated defensive backs in the NFL, and a very bad defensive line. Travis Gibson, though, he actually does pretty good in simulation, gets me quite a bit of sacks, but in real life, I don't quite know about him. I'm going to be honest, I don't really watch him that much. But let's see how well the Bears can do in simulation with Patrick Mahomes and just get to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-4. The offensive points per game is struggling. I think I know what that is. It's the playbook. So unfortunately, it doesn't matter if you have literally the best quarterback in the league. It's all about playbooks in Madden. So we're gonna change it to the things that actually work, so we can see what's up. We're gonna change it to Buffalo offense is usually what I like to go, and the Kansas City defense. I showed this in almost every video, so if you guys do miss out on it, those are the playbooks I usually always run, especially for pass and go Buffalo. But players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we're going to have here. We are going to have Robert Tonyan. I don't know. It depends how far you regress because your regression does start at 28. Dante Foreman, not Devontae Freeman. And everyone else here, don't really have an interest in. I'll see Robert Tonyan at the end of the season. If I'm mispronouncing that, sorry. Scouting national focus, I am probably going to do defensive tackle. You definitely should have taken Jalen Carter at the spot. And you probably got like Osiris Torrance or John Michael Schmitz in the next round. But anyways, let's move into the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs going 12-5 top of the division. That just really goes to show you how good playbooks are, and specifically it's a passing scheme you can see from my team ranks. My rushing didn't do that well, but really, we don't really have many good running backs. I mean, Khalil Herbert's very underrated, but I don't know if he's good as David Montgomery. Patrick Mahomes, ballin', 7th best offense in the NFL, 2nd best defense. Did he win the league MVP? He did not. He got 5th for league MVP. Still, he had a great season. Really, 5,000 yards, 35 to 9 receptions is amazing. Very low interceptions. 113 passer rating. Khalil Herbert, 12 touchdowns is good. 11 for Dante Foreman. Patrick Mahomes is running quite a bit, rushing more than Dante Foreman, and Khalil Herbert didn't get too many attempts, but only 3.5 per carry, really isn't that good. DJ Moore, 109 receptions, 1,600 yards, 7 touchdowns is crazy. Darnell Mooney, 12 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, 100 receptions. Robert Tonyan, doing solid, but not really worth it to re-sign. Chase Claypool, can't believe you gave up Chase Claypool, and you basically traded Chase Claypool for Joey Porter Jr. I would much rather have Joey Porter Jr. than Chase Claypool, even though he's never even played a snap. TJ Edwards, 109 tackles for a loss. 16 for Travis Gibson, that's what I was talking about earlier. 16 tackles for a loss, 7 sacks, that's pretty good. And sacks, 12 for Tremaine Edmonds. I guess they just moved him down to edge rusher. Interceptions, 3 for Dylan Cole. I'm going to be honest, I don't know who that is. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. But anyways, guys, apart from that, let's see what we got in the divisional round. 12-5 in the NFC gets you a first-round bye. I mean, the NFC really isn't that stacked other than the Eagles, really. Maybe the Cowboys, you can argue. And the 11-6 division rivals, the Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love here. They're an 82 overall. We're an 81 overall. Let's see if we can beat them with the best quarterback in the league. And we do. Here to face the 10-7 Philadelphia Eagles. They're an 88. We're an 81. I really don't expect to win this. I'm not going to hop into this. I think we'd get blown out if we jumped in. And, yeah, we're not in the Super Bowl. 37-33, a lot closer than I thought it would be. Let's move into the offseason. And the Eagles beat the Browns in the Super Bowl by a touchdown. Jalen Hurts was the Super Bowl MVP. Tua wins the league MVP. I don't think that will ever happen in real life. And really, there's no other awards here for your Chicago Bears. I mean, of course, Darnell Wright is not going to get Rookie of the Year. They never appreciate offensive linemen. You could argue Creed Humphrey, the center for the Chiefs, deserved it. But any upgrades offensively? Really? DJ Moore had 109 receptions, 1,600 yards, and you're going to tell me, yeah, the best we can do is superstar. No. I don't care if I'm cheating. No, you're cheating. I'm not. I'm being realistic here. Didn't Darnell Mooney get double-digit touchdowns, 1,300 yards? No, he had 100 receptions, 1,300. Yeah, I'm giving Darnell Mooney superstar. If you want to cry in the comments, you're 1,300 yards, 100 receptions, double-digit touchdowns. Just had an amazing season. You're not going to tell me that that isn't worth at least superstar. Maybe not X Factor, but DJ Moore had 1,600 yards, 109 receptions. Khalil Herbert only had 3.5 per carry, so I'm not going to really give him anything. Well, there's fireworks going on outside my house. It's only July 2nd, but all right. Anyways, Tremaine Edmonds did not get an upgrade. Really? Nobody else here did? Stevenson did. That's nice to see. Who is this? Tyreek Stevenson, the rookie out of Miami. Cool. I'll sure. Why not? I don't know why he got it, but he did. And anyone else? Nope. Nobody else got an upgrade. Unfortunately, TJ Edwards does not get one. But let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC North, nobody retires, and the legend Patrick Mahomes will dominate this Bears team for a long time to come. Robert Tonyan really didn't impress me, and I have Cole Kmet behind him, who I don't have to pay, so I'm going to move on from him. Dante Foreman is not going to really impress me that much. Everyone else here don't really care about. $65 million to spend in free agency. Let's see what we got. Now, after free agency, I got Tony Pollard. Yes, I still like Khalil Herbert, but 3.5 per carry is not going to do it for me in simulation. You need a running back that's at least an 85 overall. And he is an 89 overall, and he's only 26 years old, so I am going to sign him. Josh Allen, I know he got a contract in real life. This is Madden. Deal with it. Did he get a contract? I don't know. I might be stupid. Josh Allen, I did sign, even though I wasn't interested because our scheme was not what he liked. Didn't care, offered him a lot of money, and he's going to move to right end with Romeo Okwara, who is going to rotate for 1 year with Travis Gibson and Josh Allen. Let's move into the draft. In the first round, Mitch Hickman out of Oregon. Yeah, he had good strength. He had A power moves, B block shedding, B awareness, B player act. It used to be so easy to draft defensive tackles, but now it's just hit or miss. I feel like it's only worth it to draft them in the second round. But he's not bad. He definitely has good skills. He's probably going to be like a 75 overall. Just the normal dev really kills it for me. So this is the team after the draft. Really wasn't that good of a draft, but we really had a good offseason with Tony Pollard, Romeo Okwara, and Josh Allen. Who was the guy that I picked? It was Hickman, right? Really only a 71? Mitch Hickman? He had B's and A's. Really, I'm really disappointed by that. But Hickman is going to be the starter. And then we also had Dexter. I don't know. I forgot who he was. Did they pick him in the second round? Grovon Dexter, senior out of Florida. Really, does he already have a kid? Interesting. But Hickman is going to be not Justin Jones. Please let me click on the player that I want to click on, AI. Don't send me back to my offense. I want to be in the specialist. Hickman, we're going to move up. Dexter, we're going to leave there. DeBose, I don't want Tremaine Edmonds rushing off the edge, dude. Can you make him the sub linebacker that I want him to be? Can I have TJ Edwards? Yeah, I'm going to make the switch. I don't like that Tremaine Edmonds is rushing off my edge. I have edge rushers for a reason, so that means they play the designated position that they are supposed to play. And again, I did not click on this guy, EA. I'm getting frustrated with this. TJ Edwards is the guy that I want to move. I'm going to move his 87 overall to left outside linebacker. He should be pass coverage heavy here, and hopefully that fixes everything that I want. And yeah, there it is. Tremaine Edmonds is there. Grover Gibson, I want rushing off the edge, not Romeo Okwara, but sure, we're just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna argue with it. Anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, top of the division. Defense really not doing that well. Scouting national focus. I think maybe more DB. I don't know what we... Outside linebacker for right outside linebacker. Defensive tackles really aren't that good either. Hopefully Hickman does get started. They're young. They're just not up to the overall that they need to be. Darnell Mooney needs to come back. 5-year deal. He's interested with the team. Then he resigns. Good stuff. Jalen Johnson, same deal. I'm going to give him player friendly so that way he resigns. Really? I need a bigger fit. You have mild interest and I gave you a bigger contract, but sure. Cole Kmet, don't really have anyone else, so 5-year deal. You're going to be resigned. Chase Claypool, I really don't like you, but really you're not that bad, so we'll keep you, I guess. Cario Santos, you're just 31. I can get someone for cheaper anyways. Travis Gibson, I do like, so I'm going to keep him on the team. He gets a lot of tackles for a loss. Justin Jones can walk. Romer Quark can walk. Here's just a one-time rental player because I have Travis Gibson anyways. Jalen Johnson, I'll deal with the offseason, maybe give him a bonus boost. And other than that, team looks pretty good. Let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs at 9-8, top of the division. Sure, we took the division, but 9-8. Our defense is just garbage, dude. It needs to be improved. I need to sign like Ed Oliver in free agency. I can't because he got a contract in real life. Patrick Mahomes did pretty good, of course. 11th best offense, 31st defense. Yikes. 5,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 101 passer rating. Tony Pollard, 17 touchdowns, 4.3 per carry, 1,100 yards. That's a lot better than Khalil Herbert. DJ Moore, 104 receptions. Darnell Mooney with 105, but DJ Moore had a lot more receptions. Not more receptions. I mean more yards. Almost 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. Great ball distribution. Everyone gets 10 touchdowns. Even Chase Claypool. Almost 1,300 yards for Darnell Mooney, 1,000 yards for Chase Claypool, 10 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, 150 tackles is great. That's exactly where I want him at middle linebacker. Tackles for a loss, 10 for Josh Allen. Sacks, 18.5 for Josh Allen is great. Travis Gibson with 8 is solid. And 8 interceptions for Tremaine Edmonds. Safeties is 1 for Josh Allen. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Tremaine Edmonds. Maybe Josh Allen's gets superstar. I think he should with 18.5 sacks. But let's see if we can beat the Commanders in the first week. Hopefully our defense does not sell us. And our offense sold us. Holding them to 24 points isn't that bad, but only 22 offensive points with Patrick Mahomes is kind of disappointing. Let's move into the offseason. And the Commanders blow out the Jaguars in the Super Bowl, 41-13. Jacoby Brissett winning league MVP. Bro, come on. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. Really? I didn't even check it. Okay, he had a good season. I thought the previous season was better, but sure. Yeah, Lovie Smith wins Coach of the Year. Nice, EA. Update your game, bro, please. Anyways, Chiefs. Calvin Clifford wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for us. Who? I don't remember drafting him. Sure, I guess the AI drafted a 4th round pick, Calvin Clifford. And, no, the Chiefs. Oh, it was the Chiefs, not the Bears. I'm affiliating Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Hickman doesn't win anything. That might be a bust, but he's going to be defensive tackle too with Jones. And really, I'm going to have to trade for someone. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC North, once again, nobody retires back-to-back years. Let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate, as we are going to have Jalen Johnson once again. I'm going to give him the player-friendly deal, increase his bonus. He better stay with that. He resigns finally. And everyone else here don't really care about. Maybe I'll get an edge rusher, move Travis Gibson inside, but let's move into free agency. So right before I went into free agency, I said I might move Travis Gibson inside if there's a good edge rusher. So it played out perfectly in my head because Nick Bosa was there. I had money. I signed Nick Bosa, but we only have $12.4 million left. I got Xavier McKinnon, and I'm probably going to cut Eddie Jackson. So apart from that, let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up another normal development player, which is unfortunate. Again, the skills are there. He had elite strength, elite acceleration, B zone coverage, B catching. Sure, his man coverage isn't there, but he's a zone type corner, so I wouldn't expect it to be there. His all-around athleticism is great. 73 strength for someone who's 5'9" is crazy. Thought this was the guy, evidently not. In the second round, though, I'm picking up right outside linebacker Dennis Fisher, who has elite acceleration, 90 acceleration, 84 speed. Hidden dev is the big thing. A awareness, B play rec, B pursuit, B hit power, A zone coverage. He looks great. Now, this is the team going into year 3. I mainly drafted defense. I think I entirely drafted defense. And also, I did not know Tevin Jenkins got superstar dev, and he's at left guard now. And, okay, Cody Whitehair's at right guard, I guess? Or is it just screwing with me? It might just be screwing with me. I don't want to change anything unless I get this right. Why are they both playing? Are they both playing the same position? Yeah, they are. Tevin Jenkins, I'm just going to move back to right guard. I don't know why the AI just does stupid stuff like that and not just auto-program and change their position. But sure, why not? But we're going to keep it that way. And yeah, offense looks great. Defense hopefully develops. Fisher's a 72. overall, we're pretty good. Eddie Jackson, I'm not going to just straight up cut because how much would it take? We would save a lot of money if we got rid of Eddie Jackson. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are willing to have him on their team with the high interest. Not you. Falcons, no. Niners kind of want him. Giants no longer have Xavier McKinnon, so sure. We'll take him for a 5th round pick. For his age, that seems fair, and for his cap hit, sure. 5th round pick, I'm not going to cheese the system and be like, yeah, give me a 2nd round pick for a 31-year-old free safety. But this is what we got going for the team. Travis Gibson moves from a 78 to a 75 because he's only 270 pounds, so interior, we're not looking the best. Maybe I could have moved Nick Bosa in there, but realistically, he's better off the edge. Cloud is the guy that I had in the 1st round, which really, he's not crazy, but I'm going to give him a bunch of reps just in case. Fisher, same deal, just in case they get Rookie of the Year and get some DevOps, even though that may seem risky in year 3. But anyways, apart from that, let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are, 2-4. What? Our offense suddenly sucks now? Our rushing game is 32nd, which it makes sense, but why? Why our offense just suddenly sucks with our X Factor receiver, the best quarterback in the league, solid offensive line, solid tight end, superstar wide receiver, a good 3, a 93 overall running. Okay, sure. Our offense sucks. My bad, EA simulation. I'll allow you to just bend me over this one time, or the other 50 times you've done it to me in simulation. Tremaine Edmonds needs to stay, 5-year deal. Here he signs. TJ Edwards needs to stay. I don't care about his age here. We only have 1 season left. And Tevin Jenkins, want him to stay as well. Let's do a 5-year deal. Spread out that contract more. And Cody Whitehair, honestly, 1 more year wouldn't be bad, but at the same time, I feel like I can get someone just like him in the draft. So I'll wait to see how far he regresses. I would have re-signed Khalil Herbert if he had an interest, so no. Nate Davis, I need back, so I'm going to re-sign him regardless of his interest. And apart from that, hopefully we better make the playoffs in year 3. Let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, making a comeback, 11-6, second in the division behind the 12-5 Packers, coming off a loss to the Colts that probably would have secured us the division. The Niners are 89 overall. We're also an 89, so it could be a shootout here for sure in the first matchup. Patrick Mahomes, 1st in the NFL for passing yards, and he's going to be 2nd for MVP. Okay. 3rd best offense. Was the defense suddenly bad now? Our offense made a comeback, evidently. Oh, 2nd best defense. Okay. 5,500 yards, 39 touchdowns. That's too many interceptions. That's why I didn't get it. 102 passer rating. Tony Pollard, only 9 touchdowns this year, 4.0 per carry, 1,000 yards. DJ Moore, 118 receptions, great, 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns. Darnell Mooney, 10 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Similar to last season. Chase Claypool, 2 yards shy of 1,000-yard season, 10 touchdowns. Both these guys had very similar seasons from last season. And defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, our offense didn't change, so, no shit. Tremaine Edmonds, 121 tackles for a loss, 22 for Josh Allen, sacks, 19.5 for Nick Bosa, 17 for Josh Allen. Travis Gibson, only 3 since he's moved into defensive tackle. And interceptions, 3 for Quentin Cloud, the rookie. That's definitely going to be start Ev. 0 safeties and 0 defensive touchdowns. Hopefully that linebacker has more than start Ev, and Quentin Cloud does get start Ev, or else it'd be a waste of a pick. But let's see if we can beat the Niners in round 1 in the playoffs, and we do. 35-27 here to face off against the Packers once again in the divisional round, but this time they get home field advantage over us. Will that make a difference here? And it won't. 28-14 here to face the 11-6 Dallas Cowboys. We're an 89 overall, they're an 86, but Micah Parsons is a freak in simulation and in real life, but let's move into it. Here we are against the Dallas Cowboys as it is a 3-0 start for us. Okay, 10-0 start. Defense holding strong, 17-0. Nice stuff. They respond, finally 7 points. We strike back with another 7. 24-7 at halftime and 31-7. Yeah, their roster cannot handle Patrick Mahomes, this defense, dude, with Nick Bosa. 41-14, game's long out of reach. Okay, 41-14, smoking the Cowboys, which is honestly surprising because they're crazy in simulation. But let's move into the Super Bowl. Here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the 12-5 Buffalo Bills, who have never won a Super Bowl here and lost 4 in a row. But let's see the team upgrades. Darnell Mooney's still not getting X Factor. Kind of seems unfair, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Defensively, Josh Allen gets superstar. Quentin Cloud goes from normal dev to superstar. What a pick. Fisher is only start Ev. He stays there. That's fine, though. Team's looking great. Specialist. I'm going to move Fisher out of there and get my best generated roster here for everyone. Dexter, I'm still going to move up, though. Yeah, going to get my best generator roster. Quentin Cloud, so going to move to DB3 here. Should it be in the slot as well since he has superstar? I think he should. So we're going to move him there. That's our best roster available. And, of course, as always, Gotta upgrade the players. This could significantly impact the Super Bowl, other than maybe than 1 overall for Quentin Cloud. But anyways, let's see what we got against the Buffalo Bills in year 3 in the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Buffalo Bills as it is still 0-0. Okay, 7-0. Good stuff in the second quarter. 14-0. Okay, they still don't respond. That defense going crazy. Super underrated. 20-0. At halftime, well, past halftime now. 20-7, 23-7, 15-23, 13-15, 22-30. Okay, 22-33, and wow, they made a huge comeback on us from a 20-0 lead, but it doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes has brought your Chicago Bears their first Super Bowl since, 1985, wearing number 5 instead of 15. Maybe that's the number he would have ended up with. Who knows? Who cares? As your Chicago Bears are Super Bowl champions, and we still have 1 more year left, but let's see who your Super Bowl MVP is. And Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Bryce Young wins the league MVP. And really, Quentin Cloud doesn't win Defensive Rookie of the Year after going from normal to superstar. Interesting. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC North, Harrison Smith retires. Surprised that Cody Whitehair did not retire. Let's see who we have for the players ready to negotiate. I'm probably not going to re-sign Cody Whitehair. Why does Khalil Herbert not want to be here? He doesn't want state income tax. Okay, I can't really do anything about that. But Nate Davis, he doesn't like the scheme. He wants to be in a warm weather state. I need him here. I'm going to offer him a big contract. $21 million a year left. Honestly, Cody Whitehair doesn't seem that bad. Super cheap contract anyways. He'll re-sign with us for 1 more year. Everyone else here don't really care about. $17 million can't really get me that much in free agency, so I'm just going to skip into the draft. In the first round, finally I'm picking a star development or better player. Miles Valentine, what a last name, out of Virginia Tech. 91 speed is crazy for someone who's 6'1", 231. Hidden development unless you play receiver, of course. B's across the board. He looks solid enough, and he's going to be behind Tremaine Edmonds' depth. In the second round, I'm picking up halfback Ahmed Flowers out of Montana. Interesting. Never really heard just Montana as a college. 5'9", 203, built like a bowling ball. Hidden development, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. Spectacular catch isn't really there. I just saw B carrying, and he had good athleticism. So sure, he's going to replace Khalil Herbert. This is the team going into the 4th and final season. Flowers is only 69. Nice. Not really. He's going to be a 4th string. But honestly, happy with the team I built. 90 overall, thanks to mainly, Patrick Mahomes and Stevenson. I'm going to move up here. Great team. Mainly Patrick Mahomes, Nick Bosa, Josh Allen doing all the work. Tremaine Edmonds doing pretty good too. Valentine is 74 overall, so that was a pretty good pick. And yeah, team looks great. Couldn't be more happy. Maybe we win back-to-back Super Bowls. Maybe make it back-to-back like the Chiefs do. Let's move to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 12-5 top of the division. We basically just switched positions with the Packers. So we did the switcheroo on them, kind of like how I did to your mom in the bedroom last night. That was cringy. Anyways, coming off a win to the Packers, which secures us the division, which actually happened in the previous season, how we lost them. No, we lost the Colts, which didn't secure us the division. Anyways, who cares? We're 92 overall, here to face the 85 overall Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Stats and awards, Patrick Mahomes, that's got to be league MVP. And really, Dak Prescott's never going to win league MVP over Mahomes, ever. Second best offense in the NFL, and the 6th best defense. Yeah, it's the interceptions. Okay, that's understandable. 5,500 yards, 45 touchdowns, 17 interceptions is too many. 69% completion percentage, nice. 109 pass rating is great. Tony Pollard, 13 touchdowns, 4.3 per carry, 1,200 yards. Keeps improving every year. DJ Moore, 108 receptions, 103 for Darnell Mooney. They keep having similar seasons. DJ Moore, not like similar as in the same, but same as last year. 1,600 yards for DJ Moore, 1,200 for Darnell Mooney, 1,100, almost 1,200 for Chase Claypool. 12 touchdowns for Chase Claypool, 8 for Darnell Mooney, and 13 for DJ Moore. So you could argue Chase Claypool actually had a better season than Darnell Mooney. He had like 100 less yards, but 4 more touchdowns. A lot less receptions, though. TJ Edwards, 107 tackles for a loss, 19 for Josh Allen, sacks, 22.5 for Nick Bosa, tying the record with TJ Watt and Michael Strahan. But at the same time, it's a longer season. I think Strahan had a 14-game season. Did TJ Watt have a 17-game season whenever he broke that record? I think he was injured that season a couple games too. I might be wrong on that, but whatever. Nick Bosa, 22.5 sacks. Josh Allen, 18 sacks. Interceptions, 3 for TJ Edwards. Safeties on team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So, see what we got here. 4th and final year with Patrick Mahomes against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. To move on to the divisional, and we do 34-24 here to face the team that knocked us out in the conference championship in year 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we lose. 34-24, we just can't ever seem to get past the Eagles. Unlike in real life, whenever Patrick Mahomes beats them in real life in the Super Bowl. But everyone's going to be like, oh, that wasn't holding against Juju. Even if it wasn't holding, I'm sure they still would have won the game regardless. Anyways, guys, apart from that, that is going to be it for this video. It was a successful rebuild because we did do it with Patrick Mahomes. And, of course, it's not really much of a rebuild with Patrick Mahomes. But you know what I mean. He was on the Bears, so that's a what if. You know, he still wins the Super Bowl on the Bears. He still develops according to Madden, even though he already started off as a 98 X Factor. But the Texans win the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. 38-24. Derek Stingley wins the Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott wins the league MVP. Cooper Kupp, Max Crosby, and those other rookies that I don't know who they are. But anyways, guys, once again, I am going to be giving this outro and seeing what we got here. Make sure you guys do like the video. If you guys have made it this far and somehow not already clicked off the video, I would definitely appreciate it. Valentine's is superstar dev, which is awesome to see, and Josh Allen does get X Factor. So final look at the team. Make sure you like and or subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I'll see you guys all in the next one.